Dude, I cannot fucking wait to get into this Fire and Flask. You know how long I've been sitting on 3 batches just for this moment?
I know. You've been telling us, like, let's do this, and we keep forgetting, and now?
There always seems to be something going on, but now's the fucking time.
Let's go.
Yeah. 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 Yo, step right in, it's a funky display. Talking shit, today's the vibe we portray. No filters, no rules, just letting it flow. Strap in, folks, it's the shit show. Welcome to the shit show, buckle up tight. We're dropping raw truth, keeping it light. Laughs and chaos, that's how we play. Talking shit today, all night, all day.
All right.
All right. So, gents, welcome back. Episode 19.
Yes, sir. We're almost cresting 20. I like even numbers, so we got to get through this one.
Well, I think we're going to try to line up something special for 21. It seems like a good milestone. You know, last episode, Red, you said that we were finally old enough to vote.
Yep.
We're going to be finally old enough to actually drink.
After 20.
We've been illegal this whole time.
You still got to get in through 20, which is a nice round number. So.
Yeah, we'll get through that. I'm just kind of looking forward to the next bit.
Are there any places left in this country drinking age is still 18?
Not if you want federal highway funding money.
Oh, good call. Good call. I didn't know that.
Our bases, like Army, Navy, Marine bases, still places you can be 19 and drink?
Well, if you're old enough to go to war, you should be old enough to have a cocktail.
Hell yeah.
You know
Anybody who's a veteran that's listening is going to have to let us know, you know, if you know, or if you're active duty, let us know, you know, what life on base is like. Because I remember hearing, you know, long enough ago, you had to be 18 or 19, you go to the base bar. It might be swill, but you can at least drink.
And thank you for your service to anyone out there who's active or former. We
Yep.
appreciate that.
So we get to look at some really fun things this week.
I like fun things.
Fun things as in, we're going to revisit Fire and Flask.
Hell yeah.
I've got 3 different batches that Ryan has done. So we know that he's up to batch 7 right now, and that's kind of his standard.
And shout out to Ryan.
So Ryan Lewan, also a veteran, Navy veteran, the distiller and owner and proprietor of Fire and Flask, and his flagship product is Didymium, if you can remember how to say it.
Didymium.
So
Purple glass.
That's fun.
it is the purple corn, delicious. He's using bigger barrels now than he was before when we first tried it. So it'll be interesting to see how that flavor continues to evolve, but we're going to continue to stay involved with it. And then Buddy Boy, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it last time on last episode with Steven.
Orlando Whiskey Riot. Let's go.
So not only are we going to be able to see, I think they say 200 different types of drinks that are out there at least, but we're going to be able to go visit our friend at Old Dominic.
Indeed. Hey,
So,
Steven. How
I'm
you
looking
doing,
forward
buddy?
to that.
Hope you're listening.
I'll miss you, Steven. I won't be there. Sad.
Well, I mean, you're going to go to Rockville though, right?
I am going to Rockville. I'm going to be so tired by the time you hit Whiskey Riot that I might be passed out on the grass listening to music.
I love that. So you did say that you were going to be drinking whiskey, just not as good a whiskey.
Oh, not anywhere near as good a whiskey as what y'all are going to have, but there will be whiskey options.
They serve whiskey there?
Yeah. Last year, Blackened was one of the big sponsors. They had a bunch of tents set up.
Oh, no shit. I don't go. It's too peoply for me, man. I don't like being asshole to elbow, and it's usually hot.
It's going to be hot the days it's not wet. Last year, it was hot.
Hot and wet's only good at one segment of life.
Exactly.
And we'll move on from that one.
And it's not here in Florida during the afternoon.
Is that a hot dog eating contest?
It is.
Because I've seen what they do at Nathan's. Yeah.
That's wrong. It's just...
They always look like...
I have to look away.
They always look like ducks to me. Do they even chew or do they just swallow?
I think it's a little bit of chewing and a lot of swallowing.
It might be a few bites.
Yeah. So, and what was it? The Black Widow? She was the one that was able to put away the most, other than what's his name? Who's not doing anymore because he injured his throat.
Oh, yeah. Well, he got banned for a while, too.
He did, yeah.
He was cheating or something?
I don't know if he was cheating. I don't want to call him out like that.
I thought it was a cheating thing. That's why they banned him for... he had to miss one season or one round or whatever you call it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was cheating or if it was some sponsorship something, but yeah.
Oh,
it was like a sponsorship.
That's what it was. Sorry, he wasn't cheating.
He had an unagreed upon sponsorship arrangement or something. I don't pay enough attention to care.
Yeah, all good.
Anyway.
So I guess that's the other place where you can be hot and wet.
Okay.
And then, speaking of weird food contests, there was a contest in which a gentleman drank an entire gallon of Southern Sweet Lemonade. And it was like in 10 or 15 seconds. And you just watch this just chug straight down. He won the contest. We'll say that.
Oh, good for him.
Mhm.
My teeth just shivered knowing how sweet that was, too.
Oh, yeah.
God.
My fucking glucose went to like 400 just thinking about that.
Well, and I had to qualify it as Southern because I hate Southern Sweet Lemonade and Southern Sweet Tea. I do not like sugar in those drinks. So, and I know that's weird being in Florida to be able to say that out loud.
Just
It's
because
just
you're
not for me.
Just because you're in the South doesn't mean you have to like it.
Oh, I know it.
And just because we're in Florida don't mean we're in the South.
That's
It's
true.
a different South.
Yeah.
We're too far south in Florida to be part of the South.
Okay.
Just
fair.
because, we're below the Mason-Dixon line, but there's another line that procures itself once you get just past Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, good geography and maybe even a history lesson there.
Indeed.
So, Big Red, you are back from Texas and you've got some tales to share.
I am back from Texas, and Border Patrol didn't catch me.
Border Patrol
Nice.
didn't, they were too slow.
I made it over the border and back, and they never caught me. No, I actually didn't go to the border. But
You were right there, though.
He's
I
like-
was right there, and people we were with have property that the border fence goes through, and they were down at the border tripping all the sensors, and Border
Yeah.
Patrol was coming to see what they were doing, all kinds of shit.
I saw that.
You never catch me, see? I'm too fast for you.
Well, and I'm proud of him now because, so what city were you in?
Harlingen, and I said it right because I was over here the other day, and he was beating me with a wooden stick until
Yeah.
I said the name correctly.
What is it? Harlem slap.
Well-
Harlem slap.
So,
Harlingen.
not that it was, I'm proud of the time, but it was my old stomping ground. So I lived in the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley, for a little while when I was in Brownsville. So, and Harlingen is just up the road from Brownsville. So, I kind of wish that I was into whiskey back then because then I would have had all the Texas connection coming on over here, and that would have been 2005 when I moved over here. So, things were a lot cheaper back then.
Mm.
Yeah, they ain't cheap now.
No. Still waiting for that whiskey bubble to pop. Not quite there.
Not yet.
and I almost forgot. There's going to be an asshole. We're going to talk about them.
Oh.
There will be an asshole.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Is
Fuck
there a
you,
Kyle?
I'm going to say Kyle can really be whoever you want to be.
I mean, okay, we'll have to clarify this after. Is there a Kyle or is there a Karen? Because we have a Karen before.
We have
we've
had
had
one
Karens.
Karen, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we've had two.
Oh, okay. I don't have enough in the glass
had
for me
two
to
Karens.
remember. All right.
I've had too much in the glass.
We
to
had
remember.
the Karen whose son who stole bourbon.
Yes, the roommate.
And then we had the Karen,
It was the wife.
the wife.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we've
yeah.
had dose Karens.
We have had those Karens. So are we going back to like having to remember the Spanish numbers for the episodes?
We're not going to do that, but it is Cinco de Mayo.
It is
It is.
And
Cinco
it
de
is
Mayo
Taco Tuesday.
and Taco Tuesday, like that.
I know, they fell
So-
together.
Every day can be Taco Tuesday if you try.
You know, I did not celebrate Taco Tuesday, but then again, I had so much Mexican food in Texas, I didn't need to.
And was it good?
Oh, well, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it's good there. Yeah.
I've never had Mexican food
Well, to
in
be fair,
Texas.
one of the times it was 24-hour Mexican at 2 in the morning, so it didn't have to be good. We were drunk.
It just had to be
Fair.
drunk Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will say that there were some of the gas station burritos that we talked about last time
We
that
did.
happened in South Texas. So, all right. So let's go ahead and segue. I think it is time for us to get into what's in our glass.
What's in the glass? What's in the glass? Sip slow, talk slick, made the good times last. Clink it one time, then we run that track. Talking shit today, what's in the glass? 2 mics, 1 vibe, big grin in the room. Notes in the air like a baseline groove. Sniff, sip, then the truth gets passed. We don't start the show till we answer. What's in the glass?
All right. So, gentlemen, the very first bottle that I have in front of us, strip back. We're ready to pop this thing.
You dropped the panties.
It is our Didymium batch 4. And we'll just go ahead and go into some of the standards here. And some of this will be familiar. This was the last of the experimental batch that Fire and Flask had done. Then, by the time they got to batch 6, they had a real good idea on how they wanted to do it. And batch 7 is where they locked it in. So, according to Ryan, from here on out, what you have in batch 7 is what they're going to continue to use. But what we have here in batch 4, aged for 1.1 year, using a char 4, 75% corn, 15% rye, and 10% malted barley.
Purple corn specifically.
Specifically, purple corn is the only corn that they use.
Specifically.
And you know, the cool thing about this, the cool thing about it is Ryan was actually on a local news station. So
I saw that.
yeah, it was really good. It was like they did them really well.
I think so.
And when you see that big batch brewing there and it's all that light purple.
Did you see that?
I'll have to go look for that.
Yeah, I'll look for it and I'll share it with you. It was really, really well done. So Ryan represented his brand well, and the interviewer did really well to position him well. So it was a very good interview.
All right, pop it like it's hot, X.
We're going to go ahead and...
Pop that bitch.
Oh,
Over you.
made this work. And this one happens to be a brand new full bottle.
Full bottle of something that you can't find anymore.
And it's going to be passed around.
Oh.
Make the rounds. And gentlemen, while we're doing this, we're going to avoid our normal rating system, our new normal rating system. I'd still say it's in beta. So if things need to change, we'll change it.
Oh, that smells so good.
So we're going to first take a good look at the legs.
Sorry, I jumped ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. When people give any kind of criticism when they've had Fire and Flask, it's always because it's young. They're like, I cannot wait to taste it once it's aged well.
Oh, and being in smaller barrels, it can afford to be younger because it offsets that.
I absolutely love that nose.
Yes.
It's that small barrel.
It's beautiful. And the legs are, I have a ring from where I swirled this that I don't think it's ever going to fall down.
So
I think I'm going to have to wash the ring off of this one. Yeah, I agree with you there. The legs are beautiful.
And you don't get that from young ones, but because of the small barrel, again, you get a better process. You can do younger and smaller.
All right. So the goal, gentlemen, since we get the opportunity to compare 3 different batches, is to pick which of the 3 are our favorite.
All of them.
So we have to pick one. We do have a favorite child in this case. We just have yet to determine who it is. So on the nose, you have to know that this is, I think, because of the combination of the I think the combination of the purple corn and the small barrel and the young age, it has a distinctive nose. And I think everything I've had, like the blue corn, the rice, like all of the ones that are distinct and different, have a very unique nose to it.
You know, you're going to find, and this is just my opinion, you're going to find that there's going to be a lot of whiskey drinkers out there who are going to turn their nose up to this because it doesn't smell like normal, like corn.
It's not gonna smell like a E.H. Taylor small batch.
No,
it's not Buffalo Trace.
Definitely not.
It's not King of Kentucky. It doesn't smell like what you call a traditional bourbon,
right?
But also, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, and this has got such a strong kind of. I think when we smelled it for the first time, now this is batch 4, so we did not smell this before now. But when we tried the batch 6 and 7 on the nose, it was a little bit like that dark fruit, right? Like it's not like plum, but it's in that area.
Unfortunately, I'm still in the throes of my allergies here in Florida, so I can't really get all of what I want to be getting right now. But
and it's such a unique nose, and if anybody's had anything unique that uses something different, like purple corn or something that you don't get, you'll immediately know. It's hard to explain, but it is so different and it's so good.
It is so nice to have something that's not run of the mill.
Oh, for sure. I think that's a really great way to put that.
How I can put it. It is. It's a nice change of venue.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great product. Ryan, you have done an amazing job. Thank you very much.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. This is so good.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Fantastic product.
It's
Fantastic product.
different. Will this be somebody out there listening to this everyday favorite drink? Maybe. Maybe not. Will this be something that they pull out and show to their friends and be like, look, you've had every bourbon ever made in all 50 states. You have not had this.
Try this.
And see what they say. They may not like it because they may be used to something. They may go, oh my God, like we do, that this is so beautiful.
It really is.
There's going to be haters out there, but you know what? There's 3 non-haters in the studio right now.
We are some of your biggest fans, we promise.
Absolutely. Well, and I will share, I think Ryan would appreciate this, that there is the ability to invest in this company. So it doesn't take much. Every little bit helps. I know firsthand. And as a person who's interested in the company and wants to see it succeed, and if you want to see them succeed too, check it out.
And I'll say this because Ryan and I were talking about this on TikTok one time. You all have heard us talk about our time on Bourbon Wars. Fire and Flask, at some point, I don't know which episode or when it's going to be released, is going to be one of the blinds in a future Bourbon Wars episode. And Ryan looks forward to seeing what the judges think, not knowing what they're drinking.
I cannot wait to watch that. Just knowing how different this is than anything else and how much we've screwed the pooch.
Wait a minute, did you say this is going to be in one of the Bourbon Wars?
Yeah,
Ryan told me this is going to be in one of the bourbon. He doesn't know when. I don't know when. Y'all don't know when. The only person who knows when is Whiskey Odin and the Whiskey Witch, but he knows that it's going to be in one of the future episodes.
Wow, that is very cool.
And I am excited to, hopefully I get to see that one and see how people respond. And hopefully they respond as positively as we do.
Unfortunately, we're not in the next Bourbon Wars, are we?
We're not.
I'm having surgery that day, so I'm not in it.
Right.
Well,
that's okay.
They said they were going to pick a whole new group of people, which is fine. That's great.
Yeah, mostly,
it's a cool thing.
Mostly new people, a couple of the same people, a bunch of new people.
Oh, we'll be watching though.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if I'm still awake.
Yeah, I think it's on the 20th, right?
It is, May 20th.
Yep.
Live on TikTok, on the Whiskey Witches TikTok. Specifically, I got that confirmed.
Yep. So, and just talking about how, now mind you, unless you can find, I think I have 2 of the 3 bottles that were left of the batch 4. So, sorry, folks. Not sorry. But if this could become your daily drinker, this, I think, is certainly a good candidate to be a daily drinker. And when it is aged well and Ryan's ready, he's going to be releasing his Gaffer collection, which is intended to be an annual once annual release from Fire and Flask.
Very cool.
So I cannot wait.
Very cool.
There's a part of me that feels bad that we're reviewing something that people can't go out and buy, but when we get to batch 7, you can look for batch 7 and pick that up.
So I'm going to say this. Fuck them. Because you know what? You know how many bourbons that people can get and try that we can't?
I mean, there is that.
I don't feel bad.
There is that. I had some chances for stuff that we're never going to see here, and we'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
Think about that old Dominic bottle.
Oh, yeah.
That we have 1 pour left. Not many people got to try.
This is true.
That was the fucking jam.
And I tell you what, with any luck, Steven, we'll do everything we can to help you get on the shelves here in Florida so we can find it selfishly and as a friend.
Oh, yeah, Steven, let us know.
Steven, I want a job.
Right. Well, and
Lumpy said it first.
I love his story that he was able to go in and do tastings with something he just loved.
Indeed.
And then he eventually made a living out of it. That's pretty darn cool.
That's very cool, man. That was a great conversation. That was a great story.
Yeah.
And I wish nothing but the best for Steven.
Oh, and I'm sure it will be Dominic. There. He's ambitious. He's enthusiastic. I think he'll do great things.
I know he will.
Regardless.
I hope old Dominic takes off in Florida. They deserve it.
They deserve it.
We need old Dom in Florida. I'm still waiting for a couple of bottles to come in from an internet provider.
Well, it'll happen. Plus, I happen to know that there's a store pick of old Dom that's on its way. So, but we'll save that for another conversation. So, gentlemen, we saw the legs. We were in the nose, on the palate. Any other commentary for batch 4?
Gorgeous. And that's just the start of their, midway through their experimentation, and they started finalizing where they were going with it. And they were definitely onto something.
It's rich. It's full-bodied. It's got great depth. I hate to use this analogy here, but I used to be a cigarette smoker.
Okay.
And I don't want to say I was a cigarette snob, but I only smoked Camel unfiltered.
Okay.
Why? Because of the tobacco that they used.
It was different. Yeah.
It was all, well, I don't know if it was all Turkish tobacco, but it was Turkish tobacco with a blend, unlike
Marlboro and Newports. And yeah.
So it had a totally different flavor and depth.
Please tell me you had a cool at one point in time.
I had a what?
A cool.
I started
did.
with Cools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those.
I started with
Yeah.
Cools.
My parents smoked a lot of Camels when I was younger. We had all the Joe Camel merchandise you could get with the points back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we still had some of those.
Points. Yeah, I remember that.
The point I'm making is that the unique ingredients, their small barrel process, has given this a depth of flavor that we've never had before.
Sure.
There's only one other distillery that we know of and are friends with, Three Witches Distillery from Valkyrie Mountain Farms.
Yep.
Is the only thing that's closest to this.
Sure.
That we can compare to.
Right.
And that product was amazing as well. And we can't wait till that.
I know it.
In fact, we even said that when we opened the bottles, and the first thing I did when I smelled the Fire and Flask was like, hold up, this reminds me of the Three Witches.
We said that on the last podcast that we had when we cracked this.
Because of the different kinds of, and they use two different kinds of ingredients, and both use non-standard ingredients. And we won't talk about what Three Witches uses, but
it's that small barrel, right?
It's a small barrel. It's a different kind of ingredient, and it provides a whole new experience.
So anyway, back to Fire and Flask here.
Well, and real quick on those small barrels, it's what allows you to go quickly. It ages things faster. That's why.
What is the age on 4? Because you can see they put the age on
1.1.
1.1. Yeah, it's 1.1 years.
That's their standard. It's the same.
Amazing.
It's the same across the board. So, and because it's got so much more exposure to the oak, because of that small barrel, that's what allows it to age faster.
So here's an interesting thought. Taking those smaller barrels, let's say he makes 5, 10, 15 barrels of this small, and then pours them, re-barrels them into large and let it sit for 10, 15 years. What would that be like?
If you're listening, we'll happily tell you how good it is if you let us try it.
I mean, I'm getting dick butterflies just thinking about
double oaked Fire and Flask.
A double oaked 10-year Fire and Flask. Just that did something to me.
Ryan, I hope you're taking notes, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on here. So I have in my hand now the very first Fire and Flask that we ever had, which was the batch 6. So going in and saying, they have some standards. So in batch 6 here, it's aged 1.1 year. It is a char 2 versus the char 4. It is 78-15-7. So same arrangement, but more of the purple corn and less of the malted barley. And let's see if I can get a pop out of this. This bottle has been loved. So let's see what we can do.
I remember when you first cracked that bottle. Oh, you got a thud out of that one.
That one's not too bad.
I like it when they give the deep thud pops.
I like the day pops.
All right. We should do a tasting pour, but if this kills the bottle, it kills the bottle.
I mean, there's enough in there we could easily probably kill that bottle and not be upset about it. I mean, we'll be upset because the bottle's gone, but
for now, there's more on its way.
Yes, please.
And that's the good thing I'll say. If any of you out there have never experienced Fire and Flask and you want to, you need to reach out to them on TikTok. They go by Fire and Flask Distillery. Ryan Lewan he's a good guy who's very willing to ship and work with people to make sure that he can get his product out there. They're in Kentucky. I think that they're distributing in 2 different places. And it is, it's an experience that you ought to have. Price is right. People are great. And every one of the bottles that I've received so far have got both he and his wife's signature on it, since they're a pair taking care of this business.
Indeed.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Back to the first Fire and Flask bottle that we've had.
And we did, in fact, kill that bottle. So we will make this special.
We will sip this slow.
I just took the nose on this, and it just brought me back to that first day you cracked it.
Yeah.
All right. And going back to the legs here. So these legs run a little bit quicker than the batch 4.
Not
much. If I can mark a difference.
So funny difference is a little more corny.
Makes sense. The
Just
78 versus 75.
Just
Yeah.
like your jokes.
Indeed. But you still fucking laugh at them, don't you?
Look, I'm not a dad, but I still laugh at a good dad joke.
Wow.
The richness on the nose, like that batch 4 was amazing. The richness on this nose, I mean, you can close your eyes and be taken someplace.
Dude, the fucking legs on the glass.
Yeah, and you can tell, God, the difference in the nose is stark, and it's still so good. Yeah, the moment I sniffed this, I was like, oh, I remember that day.
Yeah. This is, and it's so bold. I will say that versus the 4, there's something about this nose that's just stronger. It leans more into the corn. Like you said, it's more corny.
Yeah.
But it's not sweet. It's not a sweetness that's there. It's,
I hate to say this. It almost has a little more of a sour smell to it, but that,
okay.
I appreciate that smell.
But
I get that.
Like sour isn't like sour cream is sour, but it's not bad.
Correct.
Yeah, it's that kind of like there's a difference in the way it fermented with the different.
If y'all didn't rinse out your glass with the batch 4, and I have not, I've got a few Glens for this. Why don't you take a nose on your batch 4 glass that's empty and then compare that to what you have in the 6?
Holy shit.
It's frightening how much of a difference it actually is. And so what is the specific differences for everybody listening between the 4 and the 6?
It is the mash bill, right? So it's 78 on the 6 versus 75 for the corn. So this is more heavy in the corn. And it's a char 2 versus a char 4.
So this is a lighter char. So it's not pulling as much from the barrel as the 4 did.
And dare I say, this is similar to the flavor that we had on our other smaller barrel batches that we've tried. I'm smelling barbecue chips on the batch 4 glass.
I hate that you said that.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
Can't. That's why I hate you.
Wow.
That's great. Well, you know, and I told Lisa when I had finished it, Whiskey Witch, when I finished that 3 Witches, it still reminds me of hickory. It's the only bourbon I've ever had that takes me to hickory.
And every time we said that to her, because I agreed with you, every time we said that to her, she just laughed because it had nothing to do with her process whatsoever.
Sure.
But I 100% agreed with you on that.
It was like barbecue.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Barbecue chips, right?
Night and day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the char on they did so much between 4, 5, which we haven't gotten it. We never had a chance to try.
If you ever find the 5, just look me up. All right. We're going to have to do that.
Just the seemingly minor differences between the 4 and the 6. And you can tell they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got 7 batches. So Ryan's definitely been experimenting. And this is just what he's put on the shelf. Not the experimenting that he was doing before he got to that process.
Yeah.
So I remember him saying that it was a garage distiller first, and then he kind of felt like he had to go legit. So then he made it legit. So
I think, wasn't it his wife that said, you need to go legit?
Isn't it always the wife that's saying that you got to do it legit?
You need to have
that was a legit perch or push.
You need to have somebody on your side that says, look, you have something, take it forward. Oh.
No doubt. Oh my goodness. And I just have it on the palate. One of the things we didn't mention, and if you can remember far enough ago, on batch 4, how was the finish for you?
It was smooth. It wasn't long in the way that some linger with you for, minutes, tens of minutes. And I've had bourbons that lingered with me long after I was done with them, but it was beautiful. It was short,
Sure,
but it left an impact.
See, for me, I would have said it's more in the medium range for me. I have had finishes I think are longer. But now that I went in and put the 6 on the palate, I'm still tasting it. And I did cleanse before. Oh my goodness, this is just so good. So Lumpy, give us your thoughts on the palate.
I like the flavor better on the 4. I like the char. To me, it had a little more smoky appeal.
Sure.
Not that 6 was bad. The 4 was I don't know. It was just, I don't know. The nose.
Yeah.
The nose.
You don't have to pick your winner yet because we still have one more batch to get into.
Oh, I know. You asked me. I'm telling you up to date.
Yep.
So, and usually nose, and this doesn't always go hand in hand, but if the nose is great,
yeah,
the palate usually follows.
I agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint this time.
So red on the finish?
The finish, I think, on the 6 is a little longer than it was on the 4. I think the nose on the 6 hands above the nose on the 4.
Okay.
Taste is very similar to each other. I think the 4 might edge out the 6 just a hair, in my opinion.
Sure.
The finish I like on the 6 better. It lingers a little longer, and it just reminds you of what it was. But like I said, I mean, I took the taste, my eyes rolled back in my head because I'm just like, this is so good.
Hey,
I did see that.
What do we know about his filtering process? What is he doing? We know that?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting to see or know.
Yeah, we'll ask.
I'm curious. Technically bourbon because it is corn. I wonder if he runs this through Lincoln County, if he could technically call
Kentucky.
He called Tennessee whiskey if he runs it through some sugar maple in the end. He could release a Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, if he wanted to.
Like we talked to Steven from Old Dumb. It's like it's just got to touch it.
Yep.
And
but it's also a specific Tennessee requirement.
Well, right, Lincoln County.
Yeah, he couldn't technically do it.
What is the Kentucky rule?
I mean, I don't think that there's a rule as far as how you finish a bourbon there. I don't think that there's a rule as far as because I've had plenty of uncut, unfiltered, non-chilled right out of Kentucky. So
I guess it doesn't hit anything.
Yeah, I don't think that they have. Yeah, they don't have a specific
Tennessee whiskey, air quotes, is a specific just finishing issue. It's bourbon, then finished through the sugar maple.
Right.
Okay.
So, and that's what, I mean, that's within the last 20, 25 years. So
that recent?
It's
okay.
It's been that recent that you've been able to do bourbon everywhere. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get into the 7. So I remember, I don't know that you guys have been able to get into the 7 in a place where you've been recorded yet. So I was able to try this for the first time. I compared the 6 and the 7 on the TikTok live.
Oh, for you bitches.
And what was interesting to me is that there was a comparable difference. So we've noticed a comparable difference between the 4 and the 6.
Definitely.
And now we've got the same mash bill, but a different char. It's the only difference between the 6 and the 7.
So this is a char what?
Oh, hear
I
that
love the glug glug
sound. Oh.
This is the char 3 versus the char 2.
And this is the shelf version. This is their, quote, finalized product.
Correct.
I love the glug glug.
Glug glug. And I have to give a little shout when I made a call out to Ryan and got my first bottles of batch 6. I got this wonderful Glen, and this continues to be one of my favorite Glens.
That is pretty. I love that logo.
I still love my Diamas. I still love my Grail. As far as Glens go, this is probably my favorite.
Cork it full.
All right. So, Lumpy, get in there. Tell me what you see on the legs.
Hold on. Let me spin her up. So the legs are grand.
Yes. These are probably the stickiest legs.
They are grand.
Man, ZZ Top would be jealous right now.
Because she's got legs.
She knows how to
use them. Yes.
All right. So legs are grand.
All right. Since I don't know who's got the best nose out of the 3 of us right here. So, Red, what do you see on the nose?
This nose is very similar to the 6 than the 4.
Agreed.
Which, since the 6 had one of the best noses, this nose is like that, but just a little stronger.
X is rubbing his nipples.
And
it's more barbecue-y.
Well, and it has that.
It is.
It does have that little bit of hickory.
Barbecue?
Yeah.
But in the difference between the char 2 and the char 3, which is the main difference between the 6 and the 7, that even that little bit of a difference in number, and I think the actual process, it's a fair bit of difference, makes so much of a change in the nose.
Really, it does. And I still have a bit of my 6 left. Yeah, I mean, there's a difference for sure. And I'm glad that we have all of these in the glass still.
Speak for yourself. I may have rinsed mine out. I only have a couple of glasses to work with. But I still have a good memory.
My batch 4 glass still smells like barbecue chips.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Like the Great Value barbecue chips at that. Like, it's the staple at every picnic that you can get to because they don't want to spend too much on them.
You ain't wrong, but you also, it ain't an insult. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely not. No, it's something that, like, it brings good memories. It's good nostalgia that's in there. So, all right. I'm going to go in on the palate here. And that's something that I remember going in on is this flavor. I guess, first and foremost, we've neglected on all of these to go into the proof. They're all 100 proof.
Okay, so all bottle and bond strength.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't sipped it yet.
Oh, I just did. God.
The 7 versus the 6, there's so much more smoke on this.
Yeah, and like and without knowing what the meaning of char 1, 2, 3, 4, what it goes up to 7, I think we've heard. But God, the difference is phenomenally apparent between the 6 and the 7.
That is fucking great.
There's just that touch of a little bit of smoke longer, a little bit of oak longer, without being overpowering.
So, I gotta say, the nose on 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm shaking my head. You can't see this. The nose on 4 was the kicker for me.
Okay.
This is really good. Don't get me wrong.
So you really like that heavier char. So
yeah,
I don't like
smoked. I don't like my cocktails smoked.
I know I've oversmoked a couple things for you.
You can't do such a thing for me.
Oh man. So let me explain char. So you were asking questions about char or making, I'm not quite sure. It's really simple apparently. So first off, all of the barrels are American white oak.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's, in order for it to be bourbon, it's got to be aged in American white oak.
Right.
So it can be finished in any oak barrel you want if you're going to make a finished bourbon. So, and we've had some conversation around, and we've had some conversation around finished bourbons before.
I love a good finished bourbon.
So char 1, light char, about 15 seconds, lighter caramelization, more fresh oak, grain, and delicate wood notes, less color extraction. Char 2 is a medium light char, about 30 seconds. And you've seen the videos of them charring, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
that's crazy.
They take the barrel, there's this big open flame.
Oh,
whoosh.
They just drive it through and get flared up. Yeah, it's fun.
Still fairly oak forward, but not heavily smoky. So that's the char 2 that was on the batch 6.
Okay.
Often used when the distiller wants to balance without overpowering the spirit. Char 3, none of these have this. About 35 seconds. It's common for bourbon. Or wait, do we have any with 3?
No, I think
Yes,
7 is a 3.
Yeah, so that's what we have right now with 7. Sorry. So it's, again, about 35 seconds. It's very common for bourbon. Gives you a strong vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, baking spice. Good balance of sweetness, oak, and filtration through the char layer.
Okay.
Makes sense. And then char 4 is Lumpy's favorite so far.
Indeed.
About 55 seconds. So, very common in bourbon also. Deep cracks create more surface area. Bigger notes of caramel, toasted sugar, smoke spice, dark oak, sometimes chocolate. Makes that James R. Pepper. That dark chocolate.
So yep.
Heck yeah. Gives a richer color and a heavier barrel influence. And heavier char does not automatically mean better. It just balances differently. Small barrels can get over oaked fast. A char, let's see here, a number 4 char in a small barrel, like a 15-gallon, can push oak and tannin quickly compared with a standard 53-gallon barrel. So I guess you just have to be careful through the process that you don't over oak it.
I can see why you'd use a lighter char on a smaller barrel.
Sure. So now I've learned a little bit more. I thought I knew a little bit, but now I learned a little bit more about the chars.
Right, yeah. No.
So very cool. So, we've all had a chance to take in the legs, take in the nose. On the palate for me, this one's a little bit richer. probably because of the darker char. I like the more corn forward. I like that uniqueness of the flavor. I think it's a little bit bolder here. You pair more smoke in there. I'm a fan of it anyway, and this one just makes me happier. So, and then for everybody, I guess, on the finish, what are you getting on this char 7? Batch 7.
Long finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great, first of all, it's a great front side. So it's a great hit as soon as you pour it into your gullet, per se. I'm pausing because I'm tasting. It's hanging. It's hanging like a good friend.
He's doing that good bourbon chew.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Well,
the Kentucky chew.
Yep.
Well, that's when you pour it in your mouth.
Yeah, he was trying to school me the other day on the Kentucky chew versus the Kentucky glug versus the Kentucky sniff.
Okay.
No.
No, seriously. When you
you got to move it around your mouth,
and you start to swallow it while you're moving it around, and I'll tell you what, that does a huge difference in flavor.
Sure.
Bold
is
the only word that comes to mind.
That's a good word.
Yep, very good word. So first and foremost, before we weigh in on our favorite here between these three different expressions, first off, cool thing is very slight differences.
Subtle.
And I think one of the cool things about this kind of experiment and experience is to identify more or less the same ingredients with slight variation, how it can change your experience.
Oh, yeah.
And so we did this before with the Blue Hat, right? We had 3 different legendary bottles.
Oh, God, those are so good.
Really? Right. Like, just awesome. And each of those 3 were just slightly different, mostly in the proof between all of them. Here, Ryan's done a little bit different in either the mash bill or the char, and it's the same size barrels, the same age statement, and the same proof statement. So he's changed the recipe around a little bit and the barrel around a little bit. So I love the fact that you can get 3 pretty different experiences with just subtle differences.
Yeah, even the difference between the 7 and the 6, and the only difference is that the 7 is a char 3 versus a char 2.
Right.
And the 4 is a char 4 and a slightly, ever so slightly mash bill. They replace some of the malt with purple corn.
Right.
And they're all 3 so different.
Yeah.
The subtle changes. It's that, what Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park Chaos Theory, ever so slight changes the entire course of the universe, butterfly effect kind of thing.
Sure.
It's really evident. And I think the smaller barrels that they use, that Ryan uses, really accentuates the differences in these. Now I have to sit here and think about which one I like the best.
All right, yeah, because now the verdict is being called upon. So, Lumpy, tell us again, batch 4, batch 6, or batch 7? Which one wins for you?
Batch 4.
Still sticking with 4.
Yep. It's
the nose dominated for you. Okay.
100%. That, for me, that was just amazing.
Okay.
It was sweet. It was smoky.
Mm-hmm.
It was rich. That was my jam.
And it was the char 4 that really kind of set it off, because otherwise it's less corn, more malted barley.
Yep.
So
I
interesting.
Loved it.
Awesome. Oh, I loved it too.
4 for me, and I'll give it a TST scale of not legendary. Well,
no, banger. So it goes dog shit, meh, solid, banger, legendary, and then there's something in between. I keep forgetting.
I know. So it's like,
according to this, dog shit, garbage, meh, solid,
garbage.
Legendary.
Yeah,
garbage.
Yeah, that's one I forgot.
Not garbage.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
So, all right. So batch 4 for you, Big Red, 4, 6, or 7.
It's real close, and it's between 6 and 7 for me. And I don't know why. I think maybe the smokiness, the little touch of smokiness on 7 may tweak my answer here, but I think 6, I think the nose on 6, like my eyes literally rolled back in my head, and I remembered, and it might be a nostalgia thing. I remember the first time we opened that bottle that Ryan sent, and it just sent me to a whole new world of, oh my God, things are different than ever. I'm going to have to go with 6. And it may be as much a nostalgia thing, but that stuck with me. Though the finish on 7 almost won it for me.
They're all freaking amazing.
Oh, there's no bad bottle on our table right now.
Nope.
Right. No, I agree with that. So I think I can be a little bit briefer than, is that the right way to say it? Briefer?
You going to be briefer?
More brief? I'll be faster to the finish, y'all. No, I think for me, 7 is the winner. And the reason why is because I feel like 7 improves upon 6.
Okay.
6 was really good. There is a fair bit of nostalgia for me because it was the second really different bourbon I had ever tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love Ryan's story. I love what they're doing in Fire and Flask. I am invested in how they continue to succeed, not only because I love the juice, but I want to see it in Florida.
Sure.
So
hell yeah, let's go.
That's what I'm really hoping for. And when you find small brands like this with a huge story to it, and Ryan doing what he's doing, he is pouring himself out where he needs to. He's promoting himself as he needs to. He's out on lives. He's out on socials. He's got investment. So, and anyone can invest. That's the cool thing about this company that he has, is anybody can become part of it through an investment. And we'll go back in and we'll do some addition to promote what that is. But this is, I love the story. So, but yeah, for me, out of the 3 that we had, Ryan, let us find more. If you can find more of your batches out there, we would love to try them. But yeah, batch 7 for me.
Ryan, we here at Talking Shit Today are some of your biggest fans, and we really, really would hope to see you on our shelves at our local stores in Florida, and we will do whatever is in our very limited power to help you, because we support you wholly.
Lumpy will be the first to say, I want a job.
Well, and let me say this too. I've talked with Ryan about this. He wants to get his business to a point where he can take his Founders Club members to a distillery tour and a single barrel pick.
Oh, that sounds wonderful, Ryan.
Hell yeah.
I really fucking hope you get there, because, yeah, we want to see you fucking explode in every state in this country.
Let's go.
So, all right. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, and share. A little bit of housekeeping. If you're enjoying your time and talking shit with us in the past or now, just go ahead and share it with friends. Make sure that they know how much fun you're having talking shit with us today.
Please do.
And welcome to anybody who has come in recently since the last episode. Welcome to the shit show.
Absolutely. We love it. All right. So now we're going to make an early segue to our mental health segment. But before we do...
So an important thing we always like to talk about. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The number is 988. You can call, text, chat 24 hours a day. If you're struggling, please give them a call. We want you to be with us. We need you here talking shit today. Again, that number is 988. National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Be here.
We promise you the world is better with you in it.
Indeed. Thank you, Red.
And you're not allowed to give up.
No quitting.
All right. So thank you very much for always mentioning that very important topic. And now we're going to make our way into our mental health segment. This has been a recurring segment for us. We've explored a lot of different topics, but today I wanted to go ahead and follow up on what we talked about in episode 18. Remember that we talked about the way that Pixar in that movie Inside Out had looked at anger and how they portrayed the dad as run by anger. That was the dominant emotion in his head. And that in his head, it was run more like a military complex than it was, say, in the mom's head or in Riley's head as they were going through, or the boyfriend's head, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Especially, remember the scene where it's like girl, 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 and all the emotions are like rolling around in circles because they have no idea what to do.
The teenage boy was all fear.
Yeah. I absolutely love that.
That's a great movie.
So, but we got into some really good quality discussion. And Stephen brought up the conversation about hormones and how that might influence our emotional regulation. So, which I thought that was pretty important because nobody had really mentioned that before. And I know that we haven't either.
No, and that's something you don't always think about immediately.
Right. And then we got on to figuring out where did we learn our anger from? And each one of us had a different take on it. Read from your perspective, you observed anger by not seeing anger. So you had to come to grips with how to handle your own anger on your own, sort of. Lumpy, we got to talk about how our families influenced our anger and taught us what it looked like to be angry.
Yep.
And we also affirmed that anger is kind of the emotion that men are expected to be able to show.
Mm-hmm.
They expect of us to be angry. And even though they don't want us to be angry and we don't necessarily enjoy being in that spot.
Who does?
I don't like being angry.
It's the status quo. It's the way that we're portrayed in movie, film, stories, music, and even have come to, have a societal expectation of we're angry.
It's the one accepted emotion from men, stoic or angry.
But feel sad, feel joy, feel raw, feel scared. That's not as understood. At least it hasn't been. And we represent nearly 3 different generations, almost. You're on the earlier side of Gen X. I'm right in the middle of Gen X. You're right at the end of Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
So we all kind of have a different experience in what society taught us and what was acceptable as it related to these things. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go just a little bit deeper, and I want to ask this question to each of you. So whoever wants to go first. When anger surfaces, what emotion is it covering?
That's an interesting question. And I think it depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can safely say I have been angry and it was anger.
Sure.
With right to be angry in those situations. I can say it has been anger and it was grief. We've talked about even in the last segment, we were all members of the Lost Father Club.
Yep.
Myself the most recently, not by much, but most recently. I can say the nurses in that ER watched me punching their wall a few times in anger when that event finally occurred, despite their best efforts, and mazel tov and thank you to everything they did, and they tried their damnedest. I think for me, anger is either anger or grief, and I think a lot of men will see grief as a weakness and anger as the accepted will come to the forefront.
Okay.
And take over the visible emotion, whereas underneath, depression will kind of be there, but anger is the one that took the controls.
Oh, okay. That's a good point of view. Anger comes in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
You just pointed out quite a few of them. And like X said, when a man gets angry, a lot of times it gets viewed as aggression.
Sure.
So I will ask the question. Why
Are you answering your question by asking a question?
Indeed. I'm going to be...
All right.
Oh, I was going to say something I shouldn't say, but...
You're going to be that guy?
Well, but the question goes out. Why is that? Why are men who view anger, or not view anger, sorry, men who express anger, why is it viewed as aggression? Why is it not okay for us to be angry? Why is it not okay when a man expresses his feelings
and their anger? Yeah.
Not okay, but sorry ladies, when a woman gets angry, it's commonplace. It's like it's okay. It's like almost expected. Why is that?
Well, expected or accepted, right?
Mm.
So
those are 2 different things.
Yeah, I think
True.
what you're getting at is why in society do we get painted into a picture of anger is what is expected of you to express, even though we don't want to see it. So because anger from a man comes through as something threatening, aggressive, overly assertive, and dare we say dangerous. So I think there's 2 things there. One, going back to the original question, what is anger masking? I know for me, anger masks hurt a lot. And when I feel hurt, it could be because I genuinely feel hurt in the circumstance, or I feel doubted when I feel like there should be confidence. I feel questioned when I feel like there should be faith. Those things to me translate to anger. So for me, I know what anger is masking. And like I've said before, anger to me comes out as a quick response rather than or as a quick reaction rather than a quick response. I would much rather be thoughtful in my responses than just simply react to things. Now, why is anger viewed as aggression? I think because we are looked at as aggressors. I mean, it's men that go to war. Women are at war now, right? But 50 years ago, no. Women helped support the war efforts, but they weren't the fighters. They weren't the warriors. I guess it depends on the tribe, but by and large, it's been, men out fighting. How did you settle your differences on the schoolyard? You didn't talk it out.
Sometimes, but not most.
Didn't play tiddlywinks or tic-tac-toe to figure it out.
Somebody threw a punch, and usually it was one, and to the female listeners out there, we understand a lot of times you have seen angry men and it has been very bad for you. And, we apologize on our behalves but that is part of it, is men getting angry is seen as a threatening thing. And so it's the one emotion we're expected to show, but also the one emotion nobody wants to see us show. So it's kind of like, do we show any emotion at all?
Well,
are we expected to be emotionless?
Well, so that's a really good point. And I think that's going to be a great conversation for our next discussion.
Okay.
Stoicism.
Mm-hmm.
I think that depending on your view of Stoicism, that answers that question on should we be viewed as emotional, which, since we're allowed to be angry, should we be viewed as angry and therefore aggressive? People I don't like, I just have to preface it with that. People I don't like have said, be dangerous, but you don't have to show that you're dangerous. And there's a point to that where it means that in an area, you can be a protector. You can be somebody that can be feared without actually being feared, because you are willing and capable of doing things that need to be done that can be very aggressive and very mean in a situation that calls for it. Not everybody's built for those situations, and that's true across decades and centuries of society. Now, is there merit to the idea of be dangerous without showing that you're dangerous? I don't know. I mean, I think that's something worth exploring later. But
for sure,
I think, are we allowed to show ourselves as emotional? I think to the aware partner, to the aware person, yes. Because they understand what it means to be in touch with emotions and trying to work through things and understanding how you want to approach the world. I think for the most part, though, there's still a lot of stereotypes. There are things that keep us pigeonholed in this kind of view of, like, if you're going to be emotional, no matter what that emotion is, you're probably angry, you're probably aggressive, and I should not listen to you. And there's nothing that is more frustrating to me than not being listened to.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
And that's yet another reaction versus response that I want to be able to focus on for my own life. It's another reaction versus response that I want to be able to focus on for my own life. And somewhere that I had read said it was very important that, is it more important for you to be right with the people that you're talking to or protect your happiness?
Okay.
And that question has stopped me from responding so many times.
Oh, I get that.
Sure.
Because is it more important for me to care for my happiness than my perception of being correct, understood, right? And I got to tell you, focusing on your happiness kind of helps. It helps deter your own anger when you're frustrated in a situation. Like I said, for me, it's not having the right faith, not having the right confidence, not having the right belief in me, in my intention, my action, my decision making that really gets me frustrated. And it's focusing on your own happiness has really changed that around for me. So
I like that. And I will say, having, y'all have kids, so maybe you've seen this, and having a lot of friends with kids, not having any myself, but a lot of younger generations. We represent Gen X and Gen X/millennial. I'm kind of on the borderline here. A lot of the younger Gen Z, Gen Alpha are coming to terms with emotions and emotional regularity and expression a lot better than previous generations, Millennial, X, Boomer, etc. are. And for those of you listening, if there's anybody in those demographics listening, thank you. Keep that up. We appreciate your willingness to express emotions, because that's something that, our time we couldn't do. So y'all's emotional intelligence might even be higher than ours in certain areas, lower in certain areas. There's always those bounces. But I think the younger generations are coming to terms with emotional regularity and acceptance better than the older generations.
So that's a good segue. So in turn, like, follow, and share. We'd love to hear your comments on this, especially from men, especially from women. Tell us what your thoughts are. Because if you have a guy, if you have a man, you have a husband, you have a boyfriend, whatever it might be, tell us what you see.
Yeah,
tell us what your thoughts are. Go ahead, X.
Leave a comment on the episode. Email us at talkingshittoday@gmail.com. Let us know what your thoughts are. We'll be happy to talk about it on air. And I'm going to toss this question out to the audience. So, what are your actual feelings underneath your anger? I want everyone to think about the last time they got angry, or the last few times that they were angry, or the next time you get angry. Pause for just a moment. Think about what you're feeling and what's making you angry. Are you hurt? You had brought up an acronym before, Red. That was interesting to look at. Are you hurt? Are you tired? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Like
HALT.
HALT.
HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired.
Yes.
Are these changes in your emotional state attributed to one of those things? And there's an extension to that I can't remember off the top of my head, and maybe for the next episode I'll remember what that is. But there's another little snippet to it that Mrs. Big Red has added that I think furthers the usefulness of that.
Sure. So that's what I'd like everybody to think about. What is really there underneath your anger?
Indeed.
And let us know. Give us something to continue expanding on, because I think this is a fantastic topic for us.
For sure.
So, and speaking of fantastic topics, guess what?
Let's go.
There's an asshole somewhere. All right. Gentlemen, are we ready to identify the asshole here?
Let's go.
All right. So for those of you that are here for the very first time, I'm sure there's a couple. Am I the asshole? This is the segment in which we read a real story, a real circumstance that we found somewhere out on the interwebs, and we try to stay in the bourbon realm. And this story also gets us there. There is no such thing as no opinions here. There's no such thing as diplomacy here. There is an asshole, or there is not an asshole, or no one's an asshole, or everyone's an asshole. That's pretty much our rulings here.
Sure.
So
let's go.
Is the asshole a Kyle? Is a Kyle an asshole?
Always.
In our world, Kyle, Karen, assholes.
Sure.
Almost every time. I cannot think of one segment we've been through so far that has not had an actual asshole in the segment. And the narrator so far ain't been it.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and get into this here. All right. This one is called My Buddy Sold Our Bottle Behind My Back and I Can't Let It Go.
Ooh.
My buddy's name is Kyle, I'm going to say.
It sounds like it, but we'll see. We'll reserve judgment.
Well, all right. I'm already kind of predisposed on my ideas here, so we'll let it go. All right. My best friend and I have been doing joint bourbon buys together for about 3 years. The deal has always been simple. We split the cost, we split the bottles, and if either of us want to sell something, we talk about it first, no exceptions. That was the agreement from day one. Last month, I found out he sold a Weller Full Proof we pulled together. A bottle I specifically told him I wanted to hold on to. Without saying a word to me, he got $400 for it.
Somebody overpaid for it.
When I confronted him, he didn't deny it. He said he needed the money because his water heater went out and he didn't have the cash to cover it. He paid me my half, $200, without me even asking. He said he figured I'd understand because it was an emergency. Here's the thing. I don't care about the $200. I care that he made a unilateral decision about something we agreed we'd always decide together. That bottle wasn't just his to sell. And he didn't even call me. He just did it. He thinks I'm being unreasonable because he paid me and it was a genuine emergency. I think he broke the agreement and the trust that goes with it. And we haven't really talked since. Gentlemen, am I the asshole for staying angry about this?
Nope.
Big Red, you're up first. What's your ruling on this?
So it's real simple. Kyle could have sent a text, made a phone call and said, hey, water heater busted. I need to flip one of these bottles because I don't have cash. If I was the narrator, I'd be like, dude, I understand you don't even owe me my half for it. This is an emergency. Do what you got to do. Pay me later. That's all it would have fucking taken to change this whole situation. Narrator, not the asshole. Now, you're holding on to it. Are you holding on to it too long? Maybe. But overall, no. Fuck Kyle.
Lumpy, what do you got?
All I can say is I agree with Red. It's simple. Say, yo, I need help. This is where I'm at. What can we do?
Does a genuine emergency change the rules of engagement?
Yes, with conversation.
Ah.
Yeah, it doesn't change the rules, but just simply you got to reach out. Send a 5-second text. Say, hey, water heater busted. I need to send this. Can I sell this and pay you later? Or like, hey, what's up?
Do you think that preemptively being willing to split the sale and automatically paying the $200 helps to kind of offset? Since they have an agreement that says, if we agree to sell this, we'll split the sale?
There's one word there. Agree.
Exactly. He did it, as the narrator said, unilaterally made the decision to sell it. He could have asked. That's all it took.
Kyle.
So, am I the asshole? Says narrator. Am I the asshole? Is the narrator the asshole?
God, no.
No. Is friend Kyle, which is making me think of Home, which I just watched the other day.
Friend Kyle. That's awesome.
Is Kyle the asshole here?
Kyles are always the asshole.
Always.
Kyle is always the asshole. You know, I got to weigh in here. I got to say, yeah, the friend is absolutely the asshole. And Red, to your point, the only thing you had to do was say, hey, I have a problem.
If he was a friend.
Exactly. If I was the narrator, I'd have been like, yo, cool, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you got to do, boss. But you got to fucking say something.
If there was a problem, I'll solve it.
Check out this hook while my DJ revolves it.
Ice, baby.
We had to.
Oh, yeah. We went.
So,
we went there.
All right. Well, so, yeah, the fucking Kyle in this one. I think the asshole was pretty easy to figure out. I think we all reached an easy consensus on that one.
Oh, yeah.
This might be one of the easier ones.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a little bit of deeper digging to try to find something that's a little bit harder, but that one was pretty damn easy.
We're giving these ones this week.
Pretty cut and dry.
So, all right, we're going to quickly get into something that I know at least two of the three of us are incredibly excited for, and if the third could join us, we're going to be there. The Orlando Whiskey Riot at the Central Florida Fairgrounds this Saturday from 3 to 7 for VIPs, and of course, we are VIPs.
Saturday, May 9th.
Saturday, May 9th. We are going to be there. We are going to be responsible, drink responsibly, folks.
Please.
We are going to Uber or Lyft our way down, and we are going to Uber Lyft our way back, because what is lined up here? This is a large formal tasting event. There'll be a lot of brand ambassadors out there for their brands, like Stephen Lowry for Old Dominic.
Oh, yeah.
Who's confirmed to be there. And we'll have that double oaked 8-year for the VIP pour.
I'm jealous.
I cannot wait. Everything tickles when I think about that. They explained that there will be over 200 whiskey samples. And if you look on their website, and of all the vendors that they have the potential of being there, there are some normal, typical things. There are some fantastic brands that are going to be there. Big brands, small brands, little brands, medium brands, sideways brands, all sorts of brands are going to be there.
Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
I cannot wait. I'm super fucking excited for this. So I can tell you this too. Groupon is still sharing tickets for this.
Damn.
What?
So if you do not have general admission, because general admission is the only thing that's available on Groupon right now, go. We want to see you there. You will see us all in Talking Shit Today shirts. So you find Talking Shit Today, you see General X, you see Lumpy. Find us, talk to us, let us know what you think about the show. And you know what? We'll do what we can to take you up to our VIP friends if we can find any.
Indeed.
And that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, Lumpy, what are you looking forward to most about Whiskey Riot?
The camaraderie,
Yes.
definitely hanging out with hopefully any other brands that are being presented and not here in Florida.
Yes.
We love the culture. We love the camaraderie of everything that we do in the bourbon world.
Yes.
The community is amazing.
Well, and I will tell you, speaking of that community, people that we saw at the Orlando Whiskey Fest are already going to join us at the Whiskey Riot.
Right on.
So, yeah, I love that.
All right.
So, yeah, it should be a good time.
So I
Should
got
be
a
really good
question
time.
for y'all.
Yeah.
Fire away.
So we did Orlando Whiskey Festival, which is smaller than the Orlando Whiskey Riot
Yeah.
by number wise. So what are y'all going to do to make sure you don't have to crawl to your Uber or Lyft to get home with that many pours available?
Oh,
Well, hopefully there's little bits of food to eat like they did at the festival.
which was amazing.
They were good food.
So there's little bites and pacing. They're all going to be little taster pours.
Yep.
So I plan on trying one at every fucking table that they've got.
We tried a lot at the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
We
Oh, yeah,
sure
we
did. Yeah. And you know what I loved about the Orlando Whiskey Festival especially was that going out on the balcony and the cigar booth that they had.
Oh, that was fun.
Fan-fucking-tastic. And they are future guests of the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah.
nice.
So with the strategy with 200 pours available, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say every place that's got a VIP pour, I'm going to stick with the VIP pour first.
Yep.
And then if there's anything else that looks interesting, then go ahead and do that. And I'm going to whore this show out as much as I possibly can
Oh, yeah. Likewise.
because that's how we got a hold of other folks. And you know who we still need to try to get a hold of that I've got contact information for? Bully.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And true story.
oh yeah, an absolutely true story. I cannot wait to get them on the podcast. So, I think for me, Whiskey Riot is going to be a lot of connecting and promoting, as well as enjoying the community of bourbon.
Sounds good.
So, and you know what? On the next episode, we can give a full recap of our entire experience.
I look
And
forward
we
to that.
will.
I
So-
look forward to that.
I think the notes that I'm going to do my very best to take audio notes as I'm going through this, and I cannot wait to hear my slurred speech by the end of this.
I looked back on some of the videos I took and posted on TikTok at the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
Hell yeah.
And the later I got in the day, the more hard to understand I was.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
That was a hell of a lot of fun. So, and the next fest, riot, whatever happens to be, the three of us will have to reconvene and make sure that we can make that together as a whole team. So, anything else that you'd like to add about what you're looking forward to for the Whiskey Riot?
I think you pretty much covered it, but I think that I guess I'm looking to experience something that we haven't experienced before.
Sure.
Again, I said, there should be some distilleries there. Well, at least I think there is that are not available to us.
Sure.
So hopefully we can make that happen and try something new and maybe get them on the show
Yes.
to help them if it's a decent product
Yep.
to promote that.
Well, anybody that's willing to take Talking Shit Today into a single barrel pick, we're
Yes, please.
fans.
We're there.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
Absolutely. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to We've been on this for a little while. We've had a good visit over our mental health segments. We've had a good visit on to Fire and Flask, 3 different batches. We've had a good conversation about what we're going to expect this coming Saturday. And for all of you that have been enjoying listening to Talking Shit today, please continue. Like, follow, comment, share. Make sure that all your friends and family know how much fun you're having talking shit with us today.
Yes, please.
Find us everywhere that you find your podcasts. And that includes Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We're also there. We now have a Facebook page. And did we not just display a brand new logo?
We did. In fact, I took that new logo with the very first piece of what I guess we'd call merchandise out to Texas with me.
Word.
Yes. So, Big Red, that's a great segue. Why don't you tell us about your Texas trip?
So, those of you who listened to previous episodes heard Big Mike talk about the Whiskey Warrior Barrels Club. We had a chapter opening in the Rio Grande Valley for the second official chapter of the Whiskey Warriors. And
that's in South Texas for those that don't know.
It is very close to the Gulf of Mexico and the Mexican border. I could spit in either direction and hit either of them. And I was able to take some time off and go out there and meet some of the guys that we hang out with on social media, some of the guys we've had on the show, including Big Mike himself, and get a chance to meet and have that camaraderie with people who are fellow bourbon and whiskey enjoyers and connoisseurs, and dare I say, some of them are actual influencers in their own right.
They sure are.
And some locals from Texas in X's backyard, basically, and sad that he couldn't be there. It was crazy. After many, many delays in my flights to get out there, I don't remember half the trip. Let's be real about that.
Then you had fun. So I want you to recall every sip of everything you had. What was the mash bill? What was the proof? What was the age statement? All of it. Let's go.
Good luck with that, because I was up till 2 or 3 in the morning every morning. Let's see. So Thursday night we were up, and what turned out to be initially 1 or 2 drinks, because some of the guys we were with were going out on a 6 a.m. fishing trip, turned into 1 or 2 drinks of 6 or 7 bottles.
Ooh,
nice.
Right on.
We don't know how to do 1 or 2. Let's be real.
It's like me pouring a light pour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
And then Friday night was the first get together with everybody as everybody came in, and Saturday was the official kickoff. Friday night, I think I had a sample pour of, 16 or so different bottles.
Wow. 1-6. Nice.
Yeah, give or take. I kind of lost count. I wasn't really keeping track, to be honest. I did more sampling Friday. Saturday, I stuck to a few different samples and some bottles that were opened after Big Mike gave his official speeches. He, in fact, saved a bottle of Heaven Hill 22-year that was on display Friday night that he told everybody was not available until he was finished talking on Saturday.
I love it.
So we all had to just stare at the box.
Thanks, Mike.
So how was that, by the way? Do you remember?
It was good. And I'm going to say something maybe controversial, maybe not, because I heard this from a few other people. Not the best pour of the night.
Okay.
It was good, but one of the local RGV guys had a bottle of Russell's 15 that he broke out.
Still one of the best bottles I've ever had.
Top 5.
That's a tasty.
Oh, God. He pulled it out, and I looked at him and said, "You are a brave, brave man." And then immediately held my Glen out and said, "Please and thank you." I sipped on that carefully for a very long time.
I'm sure.
I savored every bit of the last chance I may ever have to have that bottle. Had some other very good things. Big Mike is always a very generous person. Shout out, Mike, for everything you do.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Hernandez, who is South Texas Bourbon Bulldog on TikTok, who is the new chapter head of the Rio Grande Valley chapter. Wonderful hospitality. The hotel we were at did amazing for us. Friday night at 1 o'clock in the morning, the hotel shuttle took us all to 24-hour Mexican.
Wow.
Half drunk and hungry as hell.
Nice.
All the locals were good. One of the locals, I was out getting ready to take a walk, saw him unloading a bunch of bottles from his truck, said, "You must be here for the whiskey event." He looked down and said, "How'd you know?" Invited me out to dinner, met a bunch of Texas locals. Him and I went to local liquor store. I was able to find a Jack Daniel's Coy Hill single barrel rye for the bottle share because checked luggage. I couldn't bring anything personally. It's hard to bring shit from Florida to Texas. And we looked at the bottle and we're like, "Ooh, yep, nope, that's a barrel from Coy Hill." It's like, yoink. Saw a Widow Jane Opal in the wild and then looked down and saw the $500 price tag and turned around and walked away. Sadly. Found a bottle that
One day, sir.
One day. I was so excited until I saw the price. Found a couple bottles that were not available. Found a bottle that we're going to have on here one day that I bought for X because it's not available in the state of Florida. So I'm excited when that shows up.
And that's as much of a sneak preview as you all get until we get that bottle here.
Yep. It's one I know he's been looking for.
Yep.
And then the second day, Saturday, we had some people there. We did all the talks and everything. That's when I had the Heaven Hill 22, the Russell's 15. I had several bottles. If any of you follow Bourbon Junkies on YouTube or any other socials, they have a distillery. It's called Evernorth.
Okay.
And they have several offerings. I want to make sure that I had the right distillery there. Evernorth Spirits. They are from that state up north.
They're from Michigan?
They are.
And I'm about to go to Michigan tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Look for some Evernorth.
I will look for some Evernorth. I will be hunting. Absolutely.
One of the locals that I met, wonderful people. All of them were wonderful people. One of them is a member of their Patreon. One of the locals I met, all wonderful people. One of them is a member of the Evernorth, the Bourbon Junkies Patreon, and gets a bottle of everything that they release. And he had some bottles that no longer exist. They were like one-off, artisanal blends and whatever that were wonderful. But I also had a chance to try their rye and their bourbon. Their bourbon, I wish was available in Florida. It was great. I would love one day to get a couple of those Evernorth Bourbon Junkies. If you ever happen to hear this, let us know. I would love to have some of those samples available to talk shit with you all. Had some wonderful pours. I had a chance to have the Dark Arts Blunt Blend.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Ooh,
yeah.
Right on.
Oh, and y'all know I have fully admitted this everywhere. I'm a cigar blend whore. That Blunt Blend was maybe a top 10 bottle I've had, easily a top 5 of the year.
Put it next to the Magnus.
Oh, they come real close. And I actually had a pour of the Magnus earlier today.
Oh.
Speaking of, that's a real close call. The Blunt Blend may tweak out just a hair. I had multiple pours of the Blunt Blend throughout Saturday night.
Okay.
It's a real good bottle.
Okay. Well, and let's be clear. It is not meant to pair with a cigar that's only a cigar. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Its name means something. It does not taste like either. It does not taste like a cigar blend. It does not taste like its namesake. It is a very well-finished bourbon.
Right on.
Dark Arts has made some good stuff.
Well, and I will say that when we were at the Whiskey Festival, the Dark Arts table was unmanned.
Yeah, so, I remember that.
Yeah, we walked past that table like 7 times and there was nobody there and they were all closed. Like I was tempted to open them myself.
Other people
did.
Many
times. They had the bottles all laid out.
Seriously.
And I'm like,
multiple people went up and just said, screw it, and took the panties off and popped the corks and poured themselves samples. I was watching.
I think next time I'm going to bring a penknife just to make sure. So, all right, Red. Well, it sounds like you had an amazing time in South Texas.
Yes,
sir. And you were there to support community. So, any other closing thoughts about your trip?
Anybody out there, I was whoring the show out. I had the shirt on. People were asking. I was walking out the door and people were pulling up with their luggage shouting, "Yo, Big Red." And I was like, y'all fuckers know me?
You don't know me, bitch.
You're the most famous of all the 3 of us. How about that?
I'm probably the easiest to recognize with this long hair and big ass red beard.
Big ginger bitch.
Yeah,
I love it. All right. Well, gentlemen, I think today was a fantastic episode.
Indeed.
From start to finish. So let's go ahead and get into how about we close us out with a final toast. We'll raise our glasses and we will call it episode 19.
I like it. Let's go. To the guys who show up, who sit down, pour something real, and actually talk. Talk about the hard stuff, the honest stuff, The stuff most men never say out loud. To the agreements we make, to the ones we break, and the friendships worth fighting for anyway. Cheers.
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 Talking shit today.
Yo, the time is up, the mic's gone cold. We drop the talk real hot and bold. From Lumpy to General Lex, ain't no delay. Thanks for talking shit with us today. Hey yo, thanks for talking shit with Lumpy and X. Breaking it down till there's nothing complex. Riding the beat as we close the show. Catch you next time on the late night flow. Spin the dial, rewind the tape. We keep it real, this ain't no escape. Laughs and truth served raw, not sweet. Mic drop, Lumpy and Next, bring the heat. Hey yo, thanks for talking shit with Lumpy and Next. Dropping truths and making you reflect. We out like a jammer, smooth and slow. See you next time where the convos glow. Words in the air as the beat fades out. Lumpy and Next, that's what we're about. So keep it locked till the very last say. Thanks for talking shit, we out today. Yo, the time is up, the mic's gone cold. We drop the talk real hot and bold. From Lumpy to General Lex, ain't no delay. Thanks for talking shit, we up today. Hey yo, thanks for talking shit with Lumpy and Next. Breaking it down till there's nothing complex. Riding the beat as we close the show. Catch you next time on the late night flow. Spin the dial.